Hey everyone, Brian from Circuited Brewers, and today I am absolutely ecstatic, excited, enthused to bring this unboxing to you guys. It's been forever since this thing came out, it seems like, and I am just, first off I want to say that I didn't purchase this unit. This unit was sent to me by Blichmann for a review. And secondly, they're not paying me for any of this or anything like that. So, so I'm eternally humbled and grateful, and I can't believe that I was able to partner up with them and get the first one that is out in the wild, so to speak. So, let's take a look at the box first. So, it says the RipTide Pump was designed ground up for home brewers. Tired of cumbersome disassembly for cleaning, difficult priming, noisy open motors, no flow control, lack of an on-off switch? The RipTide Pump is your solution. On the front, it says fully disassembles without tools for easy cleaning, quiet and dependable operation, spill and drip proof, stainless pump head, integral linear flow valve for precise flow control, built-in vent valve for easy priming, large stable mounting base, convenient power switch, and patent pending design. Can you guys hear me okay? Is everything, the video good, the audio good? Somebody let me know. I'm just curious. I'm assuming it is, so. All right, well, I guess without any further fanfare, let's get into this thing. Now, where do we want to cut this thing? Oh, no, that's not going to work. All right, let's get a knife. Let me make sure this live stream is working here. Okay, all good. Okay, cool. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. All right, so let's get into it. Cut it open. Let's see so I can see what you guys are saying here. All right, so here we go. All right, open it up. Comes with some paperwork on top. Let's see what this is. Basically some information, warning about serious injury or death. It's got a nice parts list on there. Looks like all the parts are replaceable. Don't see any... Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Looks like all the parts have part numbers and looks like they're available separately. And let's see what else we got here. Talks about connecting the pump. Says the pump head can be oriented 360 degrees for convenient operation. Hot liquid can escape the vent holes from the valve, and incidentally, we'll see it in just a minute, but I think that valve is actually the same type of valve that comes on a corny keg. So it says never install throttling valve on the inlet side of the pump. That's pretty much a given. And then you always want to plug it into a GFCI protected circuit because there is liquid running around in it. It's a sealed pump, but definitely want to err on the side of caution there. So let's see here. And let's see, it's using PBW. It says don't soak the motor, clean spilled wart off the motor. So they want you to submerge the motor. Sorry, Mark. All right, so it comes packaged in a nice box with some foam on top. And, whoo, man, that thing is pretty. I'm not kidding you. Let's see, I'll pull out the whole foam here. Get this thing all the way out here. If I don't drop it. Throw that over there. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that, too. All right, here we go. Moment of truth, guys. Ooh, this thing has got some weight to it for sure. And there it is. That is pretty awesome. Let's take a look at the back. It looks like it's actually got a fan on the back here. When I saw this first part of it in production, I had a feeling that this was a heat sink to kind of help with cooling the motor down. And I think that's probably what that's for. Looking at the front of it, looks it's got the valve on there, the linear flow valve. It's got the poppet or the pressure release valve or the air release valve here. 1/2-inch NPT threads on it. I am really curious to take this thing apart. You guys want to take it? Let's take it apart. Let's see. According to a video that I got from my Blichmann representative earlier, showed me how to take this thing apart. Looks like that thing actually comes out pretty quick. So that was one of the things that people were wondering about, was whether or not you could shut it off real quick. So got a nice linear flow valve on it there. A couple of O-rings on it to seal it up. So there's that. Let's see here. The poppet valve should come out pretty easy, I think, from what I saw. Yep, couple turns of that. Yeah, it looks exactly like what comes in a corny keg, so nothing new on the design there. Let's give this triclover a twist here. Alright, so there's that. Big old triclover. I think that thing must be, what, probably a 3-inch triclover, something like that. So, pretty cool, pretty cool. And here we go with the pump head. Nice. Well, that thing is heavy. It's like that thing probably weighs pound and a half, something like that, I would say. So, oh, there's a washer here. Got an O-ring inside. It's got a nice high temperature O-ring. I won't try to dig it out in case I try to maybe lose it or something. So there's that. Let's pull the impeller out and see what we got there. All right, so we got a nice stainless steel housing that goes into the pump there, and then nice mag drive impeller for the pump. Yeah, right, Peter. How are you going to automate the linear flow valve? I don't know. We'll have to discuss. Maybe a servo, you can get it to turn. That's a good question. All right, so yeah, everything else is sealed up in there. Now, from what I understand, this pump head, this whole assembly here, is actually going to be available by itself. So you won't have to buy the whole pump. If you've got a March pump or a chugger pump, I understand that this whole assembly here will actually retrofit onto your existing March or chugger pump. So that's really awesome. You know, you can add this functionality to a pump that you already have. It's got a couple rubber vibration dampeners, I would assume, on the bottom there. It is an AC motor, 1/20th of a horsepower. Rotation is that way, so that makes sense. And then here's something that I was kind of interested in. I saw this on the video today. They didn't show it before, but it has a switch down here, a little toggle switch to toggle on and off. Now, those of us that have electric breweries like this, we use either switches or, you know, Peter, he's got the fancy touch screen interface, so he would leave it on all the time and then, you know, just do that and run it by the control panel itself. So I'm interested to see how long this cord is, because I actually had to add some cord to my pumps. I've got a March and a chugger pump. I got both of those, so that'll be an interesting thing. I'm going to do a comparison. I'll do a full review on this probably. Hopefully coming up in a couple weeks before they release the actual pump itself. So I want to do a side by side comparison to the March and the chugger pump. So looks like this cord is, gosh darn, it's probably, I don't know, it's maybe 11 or 12 feet long. So that is pretty cool. I don't think that if I mount it down here, I won't have to. All I'll have to do is just replace this end, or actually put an adapter on it, and I'll be able to reach all the way up there to my control panel, because my current system down here, the pumps don't reach all the cords don't reach all the way up to the control panel. So that is that. Let's see how easy it is to put back together. That's kind of what I'm curious about. So it looks like that goes in there first. Then we've got the housing, and it's got a small washer on it. So let's put this thing back together. That seems like it's right. Put the tri-clamp on there. I'm nowhere near as fast as the video that I saw from Blichmann, but there we go. I want to turn this thing like that so we can take a look at it. Greg, I don't know. You know, I'm not sure about that. I read something online that there was a rumor that this was going to be able to be retrofitted to another pump. And then my contact at Blichmann actually confirmed that they will be selling these, and apparently they do retrofit. So I don't know if there's a standardized bolt pattern that's on these. It looks like it's probably 4 on maybe 80 or 90 millimeters, something like that. I don't know for sure, but so that's what they tell me. So that's interesting news. I'm glad to hear that, because I definitely like this removable pump head that you can take apart and clean, because I don't clean mine often enough. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to call myself on that. So let's put the pop valve back in. Let's see. Let's see. Don't want to cross thread it. Try that again. Got a little bit of force. You got to put a little bit of force on it because the spring is wanting to push back on you. But once you get it lined up, it seems like it goes in pretty good. So that is nice. And let's see here. Got to give this a pretty good little push, I imagine. Yep, it pops in there. It's got 2 O-rings that seal it off. Now the cool part about this little quick clip here is that, you know, Patrick, I'm kind of curious about that too. And you know, I thought maybe if you guys want to show brother some love and hit the thumbs up, if all you guys hit the thumbs up, let's. I am actually prepared to try to run some liquid through this thing. So what do you guys think? You want to do it? Yes, Peter, I know the price, and I'm going to announce that along with the release date, and let you guys know the pricing of the pump and what the release date is here shortly. So they told me I was able to go ahead and do that, and so I'm very excited that they let me do that. I'm very much I'm humbled that they let me do that. So pretty awesome. So all right, well, I got my cord over here. Let's see, let me make sure I got this off. Let me make sure and consult this and see which way it's supposed to be off here. All right, so we got her plugged up, and here's the true test of this valve here. I've actually got, in anticipation of you guys wanting to hear how quiet it was, and I was really curious about how quiet it was too. I've got this mash tank, or a hot liquor tank full of water, and as you can see, it's actually below the level of the pump. So it's either going to be epic or an epic fail, one of the two. I have a feeling it's probably going to be pretty epic. So I'm going to go ahead and, if you already are on the Blichmann architecture, you will certainly be able to use your current connections that you have for it, and that kind of eliminates the need for any fittings. Now I use cam lock, so I'll have to put some cam lock fittings on here, but if you have a current architecture already, then you'll definitely yeah. Oh yeah, well, they might sell them in Japan. I don't know. It's possible, I guess. Do you guys get Blichmann products in Japan, Ryan? All right, so let's see here. I got my other hose over here. I was kind of prepared for this, wasn't I? I had a feeling you guys would want to see that, and I was kind of curious about it too. So this should be interesting. I am ready to take a look at this thing. All right, I think I got everything tightened up. Got this valve is closed. Everything's hooked up. Let's open this up. Let's see if the pressure from the water in here will actually feed up into the pump and fill it up. So let's see here. Whoa, look at that. How about that? So that just goes to show you how valuable that is right there. This hose is actually below the level of the pump, and just with the weight of the water in there, I was able to get the pump to actually, the pump housing to flood in the head there. So, all right, well, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, I got to plug in my extension cord here. I guess that would help with it. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's open up the that is pretty quiet. I'll tell you what, that is very quiet. Compared to the pumps that I've got down there, that is extremely quiet. Unbelievable. And just to show you guys, it is pumping. It's pumping a nice stream out over there. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera or not, but it's pumping a very, very nice stream out. So that is pretty amazing. So yeah, that's pretty quiet. I tell you what, picking it up off of the box there so it's not creating like a speaker effect. You can't hardly even hear the thing run. I don't know what you guys think on the on live there. So yeah. Yeah, Christian, that was the first time I never opened the box. You guys don't know how much it killed me not to open that box last night when I got it. So it was crazy. I put it in the basement, and just walked away and forgot about it. So that is pretty amazing, I gotta say. So, and it doesn't take very long to close it off. So yeah. Test number 2, quiet. Yeah, so it has a purge valve on here, which actually allows you, and I would suggest if you purchase one, now you can orient the purge valve however you want. So like in my system, I'll probably flip the pump head so that it's vertical, but I have it horizontal right now just because of the testing purposes. But you can flip it horizontal where the inlet's on the bottom and the outlet's on the top, and this will still work just as well because what the water does pushes the air up out of the top of it. And then the linear flow valve, somebody was asking me about how much how adjustable it is, and it feels, I mean, even though it's got a very coarse thread, it feels like it's very adjustable, and I'll be doing some testing of that in the further review coming up. Incidentally, there is a button right down here in the video, little play button. If you guys want to be notified whenever the review comes up or whatever, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, and then you'll know whenever that video comes out. So the nice thing about it too is it's got this little stop on here, so if you're worried about opening this thing up all the way and the plunger popping out, it's actually got this little keeper clip here that keeps it from popping all the way out. So that is pretty amazing. Well, I'll tell you what, I think that's a pretty cool unit. I can't wait to put it side by side with the chugger and the March pump, see what the performance is like. See, I'm going to measure the decibels on all those just to see how much quieter this is than that one. I'm going to do some flow tests. I'm going to do a bunch of different tests. I'm also going to experiment and see if the head of this will actually come off and go on to the March and the chugger pump just like they say it will. So, all right, so that's it, you guys. Have a good night. We'll see that. Oh, you want to know what the price is? So the pricing of this pump is going to be $199.99, which I think, with all the features that it has, it's a pretty good deal. Because if you look at what guys do with valves and all this stuff to purge the air out of their system, I think $199.99 is a pretty good deal. Now, I would suspect, they don't have any pricing on the head yet, but I would suspect that it's probably going to be just a touch over 100, maybe. I don't know. I'm just thinking, because this is probably one of the cheaper components of the build of the pump itself, and this is probably where a lot of the money is. So I think that this is probably going to be over $100. I'm going to speculate on maybe $119, $129, something like that for this head, but they don't. That's not from Blichmann. That's just my own thought. Release date is March 22nd of this year. So hopefully some of the suppliers will start doing pre-orders pretty soon, so you guys can get one of these pumps pre-ordered for yourself. I really think it's pretty cool. I'm excited to put it in my brewery. I have to be honest, even though they sent it to me, I think I probably will buy another one of these for my brewery because I like to brew early in the morning, and this pump is super quiet, and it is unbelievably quiet. I mean, it'll make it so that you can have a real conversation down here while you're brewing. So I mean, it's crazy because open it up, turn it on. All right. So, alrighty. Well, I am going to be doing a full review coming up, and I should have the full review done before it hits the market. But if you guys are not subscribed, definitely subscribe. If you get a chance, if you're new here, check out the rest of the content we do. I've been doing electric brewing series. I've been doing a bunch of other stuff. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys soon with the review on the unit. Unless it is, Patrick, it is a little bit, I was going to say, I can open up for questions for a little bit here. It is a little bit larger than the chugger as far as length goes, because I think this adds a little bit to the length of it. So I would definitely say that it is a little bit longer, but I don't think it's any larger in diameter. It might sit up a little higher because of the switch unit underneath. So I think it's pretty cool. So, alrighty. Well, I will see you guys on the review and have a good night. And thanks for joining me, everybody that was on the live stream. I really appreciate it.